Hello traders, this is David with Binary Traders Headquarters, and today's video is going to be on the Purple Arrow trading system. And I'd like to start the video off by thanking you. Thank you for your support, thank you for your patience, thank you for trusting us, and thank you for giving us a try. And the BTHQ Purple Arrow is now yours. And if you've been with us, you know what I mean by that. And if you're just coming in, we used to stream our arrow on 12 currencies. You would have to log in to join me or Zoom or WebEx, and we were streaming the arrow on the Thinkorswim platform 24 hours a day while the markets were open. And those days are now over. Now you get to download and own it as long as you're a member. So what does that mean for you guys? Well, the two or three main things that it means is that now you have total freedom with the purple arrow as an indicator, which is going to present you with a lot more opportunities to make money. Some of those reasons are, the purple arrow will always be there when you want it. So you won't be having to worry about the stream going down or any type of technical difficulties on our end or your end. The arrow will be an indicator that will be part of your indicator portfolio. You'll be able to access it whenever you want, for however you want, and apply it in any way in which you like. Every available currency that you can trade on with your broker on any market, you'll be able to run the arrow on it. And you're going to be able to use it in conjunction with any other indicator you have, any other templates that you use, in conjunction with any other strategies that you're applying, or as a strategy in a system all on its own. As well as you're going to be able to take the purple arrow indicator and you'll be able to put it on any time frame you'd like and develop a strategy around that. If that's something you would like to backtest and investigate and see if it's a possibility. Now, we haven't done any multi-time frame testing with the arrow. Everything that we've done is on the 1 minute chart for 5-minute positions in the direction of the arrow. However, you possess and you own the arrow, and you will be able to do with it as you wish as long as you're a member. However, there's a couple indicators that we're going to suggest that you use on any template and with any strategy that are going to support you in applying the system rules that we've developed to really support the highest probability trades on the arrow possible. And those two indicators are going to be the Bollinger Bands, 2.0 and a 3.0. And a trend channel of some sort. If you've been trading for a while, there's a bunch out there. We use a TTM linear regression channel. If there's one that you prefer, either aesthetically or functionally, then you're more than welcome to use that. But we definitely want to recommend that you have some kind of a trend channel, and you definitely have Bollinger Bands. And we'll get right into the purple arrow rules for high probability trades. All right. So we've come together with 10 of them, and it may seem like a lot, but it's really very simple. Once you begin to watch your charts and you see these scenarios presenting themselves to you, and they're really all here just to keep you out of bad trades. The purple arrow is not a passive trading system at this point. It is an active trading system, which means you are going to have to make some decisions on whether or not the arrow is presenting itself to you in a way that is going to give you the highest likelihood of winning the trade that you're considering taking with it. So we have 10 rules, and we're going to go into each of them, and I've developed some pictures of the purple arrow on the charts to support each of these rules and give you a visual on what we're talking about. And you can always pause the video on this point if you'd like to just read through them. I'm presenting them now, and I'll present them in the end of this part of the video as well. All right, so let's just get into them, guys. First rule is we respect the news. You know, we don't trade 20 minutes before high impact news or 10 minutes after. And with medium news, depending upon the news, we might not trade with that either. However, with high impact news, we definitely don't trade around that. And there's a couple that you can use to support you in knowing when news is going to be. I personally like to use my FX book. However, there's others out there. Daily FX has one, and there's a few others, but this is the one that I prefer. This is the one that I use, and it's very cut and dry. We do not trade 20 minutes before and 10 minutes after high impact news. We may not trade around medium news, and we will trade around low news. But before you start every trading session, make sure you come in here, you know when the news is, you respect the news, and you don't trade around the news. And got a couple pictures here of the kind of impact that news can have on a market. And these are 1 minute charts. So just in a single minute, you can see moves like this. But you can also see complete reversals in the market. So you could have an uptrending market, and your market will begin to react to news, and it will just turn on you and go in the opposite direction. And now that can happen while you'd have a purple arrow trade in play here. You could have the perfect setup. Now, these are not the perfect setup. Both of these happen to be Bollinger Band squeezes in these slides. However, you can see a purple arrow in the perfect setup around news, and you can be in that trade for 2 or 3 minutes, and in the 4th or 5th minute, it just absolutely turn on you. It happened, it has happened, and it will continue to happen. And our recommendation is just to stay away from news while trading on the purple arrow. And you can see we have that number 1. And number 2 is we don't trade the last 10 minutes of an hour and the first 10 minutes of the hour. So after the 50 and up until the 10, we do not trade around that. The reason being because you have a lot of traders entering and leaving the market. And what you're going to see happen is they're going to be pushing for new highs. They're going to be pushing for lows. They're going to be pulling out volume. They're going to be adding liquidity. And it just is a period of time. There's a lot of unpredictability. So in order to support you guys winning your trades, we just say this is our no trade zone. We don't trade the last 10 minutes, and we don't trade the first 10 minutes of any hour. And that's not to say that you won't see arrows winning in those setups, guys. It's just less likely. All right, and this slide right here, I have as an example for you. You can see we're at 253. You've got an arrow. What happens? The market goes up. Again, you have a little bit of a Bollinger Band squeeze going into a stretch here. However, it's just an example. We don't trade the last 10 and the first 10. That's a very important rule. And I just highlighted this here for you guys so you could see what happens if you decide to take arrows when you're coming out of squeezes, which we're about to get into. All right, so again, we do not trade purple arrows within Bollinger Band squeezes. What is a Bollinger Band squeeze? So these white lines here, these are Bollinger Bands, and basically they just represent price action or price movement in the recent past, and they're really, really good indicators for keeping you out of bad trades. So they're going to let you know when your market is consolidating. They're going to let you know when the market is pushing in one direction or the other, and they're crucial indicators in the purple arrow trading system. So make sure you've got them on your chart. They're really going to help you guys in staying out of bad trades and some fake outs and give you an idea if you're getting into a waterfall, which we'll get into. And they also will present you with an opportunity to apply other strategies, which we're not going to get into in this video. However, uh, very crucial indicator in the strategy and the system. So I cannot tell you how important it is to not trade within these squeezes, within this market consolidation. It really also represents there's a low volume, meaning there's not a lot of trading going on. There's not a lot of movement going on in the market. So you definitely are going to stay away from trading inside the squeezes, as well as you're not going to trade inside of Bollinger Band stretches. Now, what the stretch is the stretch is what happens when price comes out of the squeeze. So you can see here the Bollinger Bands are constricted. We got a very good representation of it right here. You get a very tight constriction in market volume. And then you have a candle coming down here. Next candle pushing out your stretch, basically confirming it's in a stretch. And then you get an arrow. And a lot of times the market is going to want to continue to go down in this direction of these bands. You'll see them, they'll be pointing up or they'll be pointing down. And price gets caught in between the 2.0 and 3.0 Bollinger Bands here. So it's a great indicator for either applying another strategy like going in the direction of the trade, or in the case of the purple arrow, staying out of a trade. So this is definitely, and it won't mean that you won't see these winning, and you'll hear me say that often. However, it's just a lower probability trade, and with this transition into the purple arrow being on the MetaTrader 4 platform, you're going to see an increased volume of trading opportunities, not only on each individual currency, but you're also going to be able to apply the arrow to as many currencies as you'd like, as many currencies as your broker offers. So there's going to be a lot more volume for you. And the reason I'm saying that is that it should be very easy for you to stay out of trades that even look a little iffy and just wait around for those perfect trades that we're going to be getting into here. So again, the rule is we do not trade in Bollinger Band stretches. Okay, so one of the new things that you'll see on the MetaTrader 4 platform that you wouldn't have really seen on the Thinkorswim platform is candles, or excuse me, the purple arrow appearing on candles that are going in the direction of the trade. So I will show you some visual representations of what I'm about to say here, but we do not trade put arrows, meaning arrows that are pointing down, on large signal candles. So large candles closing bearish or with price decreasing. So we don't take puts on bearish candles, which means price is going down, and we do not trade call arrows on large signal candles closing on bullish candles or candles where the price is going up. So here's a perfect example. You can see you've got an arrow signaling for a call on a bearish candle, excuse me, a bullish candle, meaning the candle price is going up. Now this is a winner, and you can see it's not a large candle. So this is why we're saying oftentimes one of the things that you'll be seeing with this is that the purple arrow will appear on your confirmation candles. When they're of the smaller sort, you might see them appear on a doji or a hammer or a shooting star that is in the direction of your arrow. And what I mean by the direction of the arrow is a purple arrow on a candle where the price is already moving in the direction. Oftentimes you're going to get an arrow calling or signaling let's say a call on a bearish candle which is going down, and you would get your arrow here and price would go up from there. However, what you want to avoid is if you got this very kind of arrow here on a candle like this, you would not want to trade this particular candle, um, because oftentimes the price will not go in that direction, or you will miss your entry price. So you'll get a candle here instead of getting it on this, excuse me, you'll get an arrow here instead of getting on this arrow where your price would be here, you'd get it on this arrow. So if you got in on this candle, you'd actually be entering at this price instead of this price. And oftentimes that will burn you. So we want you to enter on the best possible price. So the best possible place for you to get on this trade if you're going to take a call would be down here at the close of this bearish candle. Bearish candles meaning price going down. However, if you got a purple arrow on this candle, you would actually be getting in on this trade up here. And oftentimes that will burn you. So if you get a purple arrow, let's say in this case in a call on a bullish candle, price going up, and it's not a big candle, then you can take that trade as long as it's in the perfect setup. However, if you see it in this scenario on a big candle, you're going to avoid it, and it's vice versa. So if price were coming down, you wouldn't take a put arrow, a put arrow on a bearish candle, a large bearish candle, and you wouldn't take a call arrow on a large bullish candle, which is what you see here. Just remember, it's only on the large ones. If it's on a small one, and you'll even see these win. Like if you would have got an arrow on this, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, you would have won that trade. However, a lot of times we're seeing that these arrows are getting burned, and you're going to have plenty of opportunities to get on trades, so it's not even worth taking a low probability trade. Now in this scenario, again guys, you can see you've got a Bollinger Band squeeze here, so you wouldn't be taking any trades coming out of the squeeze anyways. And here you've got a little bit of a squeeze, you've got a little bit of a stretch going on here, but I would be interpreting that through the trend channel that I had on in this moment. Now we do not trade purple arrows in steep trending markets. We're going to be watching for waterfalls. All right, and I've got a couple examples of steep trending markets here. You can see the trend here is going down. We don't have a trend channel on this particular example, but you can just tell visually that the trend, this is a strong downtrend. And you've got a purple arrow fire here, and it's just a clear loser. The purple arrow strategy is at its highest probability in ranging markets. So I just want to tell you guys right away that the purple arrow is going to work most effectively and most accurately in a ranging market. And what I mean by a ranging market, we'll get into, but it's basically a market where price is moving sideways. And it would be represented by a trend channel that was also moving sideways, which we'll get into. So you have another example here, guys. You've got a pretty strong uptrending channel here. And now you do have a squeeze and you have a stretch. So you have price stretching out of and in conjunction with an uptrending market. So this is definitely a scenario that you would not be taking trades. If you're seeing a squeeze, and not to mention that it's in the middle of your trend channel, which is far from a perfect setup, which we're going to get into. But I'm just using it as an example, guys. If you're looking at your charts and you see that your market, your currency pair, and your price is in a steep uptrend, just stay away from that market, move on to another currency pair, move into a different market. Come back when the market is moving more closely to ranging, because that's where the accuracy is going to be. That's where the highest probability trading opportunities are going to present themselves to you. So no trading in steep trending markets, guys. All right, and we're not going to be trading on signal candles on signal candles closing with really large wicks. what I mean by that, I've got a couple examples for you right here. So you can see you've got your purple arrow firing for a call, telling you to take a position with price going up, which you would have definitively lost. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yes. And you've got a large wick right here. And again, over here, guys, you can see it again. You've got a purple arrow, and look at, I mean, it is a strong counter trend arrow. So I mean, this is like a setup that you wouldn't get involved with or be trading in regardless. But I'm just giving it to you as an example because it's very challenging to find losing arrows in the scenarios that I'm trying to present to you. So I'm giving you just visual examples of what to look for as far as the candles are concerned inside of this training. So you can see here, guys, you've got a very big wick and a definitive loser. Now, what I want to let you know about candles with big wicks is more times than not, and you have a perfect example here, the next candle is going to want to fill this wick. So if you have a wick facing or pointing in the direction, the opposite direction, if you have a wick pointing in the opposite direction of your trade, there's a high probability that the next candle will continue going in that direction. So if you see this scenario presenting itself to you, you can just stay out of this trade. And it's, again, not to say that it wouldn't win, in certain scenarios. You're just looking at a probability of price continuing down in the direction that it is moving. And again here, it didn't fill it in the next 2 candles, but it blew past it in the 3rd candle. And you're going to see that time and time again. When you see these really big wicks, those are actually signals that price may continue moving on in that direction. If you're looking at reversals, you can see you've got a little bit of a reversal here. What do you see? You see a doji candle. The price begins to come down. You have a bit of a retracement. And then it continues up in the trend. So again, guys, we do not take trades on purple arrows, on signal candles, closing with very large wicks. And we're going to take half risk trades on purple arrows, firing on very large breakout candles. Okay? And this is what we mean by that right here. Now, this one wins. And the reason I'm presenting this particular scenario to you is this is why I'm saying half risk. Because oftentimes this is a sign of a breakout of trend and a push into extremely, in this case, it would be oversold if you're looking at a ranging market. However, this can also represent a shift in the market. So the market shifting into a whole nother zone, continuing pushing down in a trend. So it's just a little less probable that this arrow will actually win. But we're seeing it win very often enough to let us say to you guys, just take a half risk on this trade. If you're getting a purple arrow on a very large candle, what you should consider one of 2 choices. 1, just staying away and looking for a better trading opportunity, or 2, take a half risk trade on this particular purple arrow. And again, we've got 9 and 10 here. If it's possible, attempt to 5-minute chart confirmation of your trade. And I'll get into that in a moment, guys. But if you can pop up a time frame from the M1 into the M5 and get confirmation that the M5 is reaching oversold conditions, coming up to a resistance or coming down to a support, coming up to a powerful moving average. If you can pop up and just for a moment look at your M5 and see that it's confirming the trade, or it may be telling you stay away from this trade. If you have a moment to do that, if your purple arrow signal gives you enough time to make this confirmation, then definitely it's a confirmation worth making. And the choice to attempt this confirmation is only going to increase your accuracy and your winning percentage. And of course, guys, just like when we were trading on the Thinkorswim platform, we'll be taking these trades on the 55th second of every 1 minute signal candle. And that's just to make sure that we get the price that we're looking for and that the purple arrow is going to remain there. And as far as purple arrows appearing and reappearing within the price movement of a single 1 minute candle, if you're watching a currency pair and you see a purple arrow appear, it will not repaint or it will not flash. However, if you change time frames and come back, or you change your templates and come back to the template with your purple arrow on it, it may be gone. So there are scenarios where the purple arrow will disappear, but not while you're on that chart and not while you're watching that particular currency. So you don't have to worry about repainting arrows. However, an arrow may disappear if you change from one time frame to another or template back. If you've got a big, if you have price doing a big pullback, something like that breakout candle or the large wick candle. So what is the setup that we're looking for? What is the perfect setup? So I've got some examples of that for you here as well. You can see here, guys, this is a great example of a perfect setup with a purple arrow trading strategy or system. You've got a trend channel here. This is a TTM linear regression channel. It's a 50 candle channel, so it's a candle that is reacting to the movement of the last 50 candles. You can see it's definitely representing a ranging market. It's moving left to right here. All right, so that's the first thing I'm looking for when I come in to my charts. I look at my trend channels and I evaluate whether I'm looking at a ranging market or a trending market, meaning a trending market going up with higher lows and higher highs, or a trending market going down with lower lows and lower highs. A ranging market is going to be represented by your trend channel just moving left to right. Now you are going to be using the purple arrow in its most accurate place on a 1 minute chart, and you're going to be taking 5 minute positions in the direction of the arrow. So if you have a purple arrow fire on the 55th second of this 1 minute candle, you'll take a 5 minute position with your binary options trading broker in the direction of your arrow. So in this case, it's pointing down for a put, meaning price is going to go down in 5 minutes. And you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 minutes later, you've definitively won this trade. Now, the first thing I'm looking for when I come to trade on a market is that it's in a ranging market, that my channel is moving left to right. Then I'm looking at my Bollinger Bands. And I want to see that my Bollinger Bands are the width of, a little bit wider than, or very close to the width of my trend channel. So you can see you've got the 2.0 Bollinger Band here, the 3.0 Bollinger Band here, and they are at the bottom of my trend channel. You've got your 2.0 and your 3.0 Bollinger Band at the top of the trend channel. So this is what I'm looking for. I'm looking for Bollinger Bands that are the width of my trend channel, and then once I see my ranging market, my wide parallel running Bollinger Bands, and you do want to see them running parallel with your trend channel. The next thing I'm looking for is how is price moving inside of my market. I want to see that price is coming up nicely, it's going down, it's coming up, it's going down. So that's what I'll be looking for. Ranging market, wide parallel Bollinger Bands, price moving up and down nicely through my trend channel. I'll see a purple arrow fire. And this is very important, guys. You want the candle that the purple arrow fires on to be breaking this first 2.0 Bollinger Band and touching or breaking this first trend line. Better yet, the second trend line. So you've got two trend lines here. And what the tops and bottoms of the Bollinger Bands, as well as the trend channels represent, guys, is just extreme price conditions. So on the top, you're looking at extremely overbought for this particular market historically relative to what it's done in the past. And at the bottom, you're looking at extremely oversold market currently represented or represented by where it's been in the past. Sorry, a little flub in my words there. So when price moves up in here, and you can into these areas, and you'll see it time and time again, guys. When it comes up in here, it really has not much left to do except go down, and vice versa here. When it gets way down here, it's going to be going up. Now, where's that going to happen? When's that going to happen? Well, there's a lot of things that you can use. There's a lot of indications that you can interpret to give you that answer, and the purple arrow is definitely one of them. The purple arrow is definitely going to fire in high probability scenarios when you're in a setup like this, that the market is going to turn, and it's going to turn for at least 5 minutes. And this is years, at least 2 years of trading on this system and this arrow by Josh and Liam, and thousands of trades and thousands of arrows watched. This arrow in this setup, you have an 83% or 83.33 to be exact percent accuracy in the market reversing for the next 5 minutes. And if you use if you use higher time frame confirmations, that's one of those things that's going to bring it from 83% up closer to 90 and above that. When you further use confirmation to decide whether or not to take a trade or not, it'll just keep you out of by higher time frame confirmation. It'll just keep you out of fake outs. But you're looking right here, guys, at the perfect setup. Let me give you another example. This again also is a put, but you can see here, Bollinger Bands are perfect. Look at that, running very nicely parallel to my trend channel. Trend channel is moving, almost exactly flat horizontally. Price is moving up and down through my trend channel, comes up here, reaches an extreme, the purple arrow fires. It's breaking my Bollinger Band, it's breaking my trend line. 55th second of this 1 minute candle, I take a 5 minute position in the direction of the arrow. And this is a definitive winner down here. Now, when it comes to the signal candle, which is the candle the arrow fires on, you may see your wick breaking Bollinger and touching your trend line, or breaking your trend line with the arrow. And that's okay. But even better, guys, was when the body of this candle is breaking your Bollinger Band, breaking your trend line, firing off on a purple arrow. Now these candles, they just represent the price movement for 1 minute of time. So what it means, guys, is that the price opened down here at the bottom of the body, and at the end of 1 minute, it moved up, and it closed here. These wicks that you see on the ends, those are just the price range inside of that 1 minute. So that means at one point it was down here after it opened. At one point it was up here after it opened. But it opened here. This 1 minute opened here, and price closed at the end of that minute here. And it's vice versa on these blue. And this is a bullish candle, meaning price is going up. These blue candles are bearish candles, meaning price is going down. So that just means price opened here, it moved down, it closed here. That may be very elementary for some of you. For those of you who aren't, that's just a quick candlestick pattern review. Excuse me, candlestick interpretation review. And again, guys, look at this perfect setup. Perfect setup. This is exactly what you're looking for, guys. And this is a setup on a possible setup for you guys as far as an MT4 purple arrow trading system screen. can see we've got 8 charts here. And in these 8 charts, guys, you're looking at 4 winners. So you got your ranging market here, price coming down. Look at that. Just smashing through these 2 trend lines and almost both of these Bollinger Bands. You would have got in at the close of this candle, the 55th second of this candle. Definitive winner. Same right here. Breaking trend, breaking Bollinger. It's a wick too that's doing it. And you can still see definitive winner. Why? Wide parallel Bollinger Bands, ranging trend channel, price moving nicely up and down, reaching an extremely oversold condition, excuse me. And you take a 5-minute call in the direction of the arrow. Again, it's right here. So now here's a scenario. You can see that this arrow actually fired on a bullish candle. And it's a pretty large candle. I might have stayed out of this trade, actually. However, it's a winner. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You would have won this trade. But the size of this candle and the fact that when I got in, I would have got in up here at the top of this candle, probably would have had me stay out of this trade. But nonetheless, it is a winner. And right here, same scenario, guys. Except this is in a trending market. I personally would not have taken this trade. Why? You've got a pinch here. You've got a downtrending market. You've got a purple arrow signaling to take a trade against the trend. So it's called a counter trend trade. If I'm even considering taking trades in a trending market, they're going to be with the trend or I'm not going to take them at all. And I don't suggest that you do that either. When I watch these arrows, guys, time and time again, I'm seeing arrows lose when they're going against the trend. In this particular scenario, it wins. It's a lower probability trade. If you're going to trade it, which I don't suggest you do it at least half risk. And here, this trade ended up losing, but you can see, guys, you've got a pinch here, you've got a push down. However, so look at this is not a Bollinger Band that's running parallel to your trend channel, is it? No, this is what I call a pinch, and a lot of times, guys, you can see a pinch, and it would be breaking the trend line, breaking Bollinger, but it's very much like a Bollinger Band stretch. But price just didn't consolidate for as long. It comes down, consolidates for maybe 3 or 6 candles, and then stretches out. I stay out of those trades. I want my Bollinger Bands looking like this, like this, like this. All right, so although you have an arrow winning here, you have a counter trend trade. I wouldn't be in on this trade. Nonetheless, it wins in this scenario. It's a lower probability trade. And here's 5 winners in one screen setup here, guys. So you can see here, this is very nice. You've got a ranging trend channel, 5-minute winner. Breaking Bollinger, breaking trend lines, purple arrow. You got in at the close of this arrow. 5 minutes later, you got a winner. Same thing here. See, now this is a little bit of a trend. That's really not all that drastic for me. I would interpret my Bollinger Bands. Look how nicely they're running parallel to that trend channel. And price is coming down and up and down. Like taking all those into consideration, I may have gotten in this trade. But I'll tell you what may have kept me out is this large candle. So this would have been a half risk trade for me. You can see it's on a bullish candle in the direction of the trade. Now you're going to win, and you're going to see these win, guys. But it takes away from the accuracy. So we're definitely saying half risk trades on purple arrows firing on bullish arrows and on candles moving in the direction of your signal. So you got a winner here. This is a pretty steep trend channel. I wouldn't have gotten in on this trade. Although you've got a nice doji after your signal candle, which is a reversal candle pattern. Nonetheless, I would have stayed out of this trade. You do have a steep trend, and there's going to be plenty of other trading opportunities, so you won't have to get on it. But see here, you see we've got a purple arrow here. By I probably wouldn't have gotten in this trade. However, it is a with trend trade, so you can see the trend is going up. Um, at the time, this is a little further back here, right? So the channel is reacting to these 50 candles. You can see the trend was going up here. This may have been a counter trend trade at the time, but more likely than not, I wouldn't have been involved in this particular trade. This is more of just a screenshot of what's possible, guys. You're going to be seeing a lot more purple arrows firing. You're going to be getting a lot more signals and opportunities to trade. And you are going to need to interpret these signals and these trading opportunities. Like I said earlier, it's not a passive trading system. It does not need it, which means you are going to have to apply some human interpretation to whether or not you're looking at a highly accurate signal or a low probability signal. But I'm going to tell you again, guys, when you see this ranging trend channel and these wide parallel Bollinger Bands and price moving nicely up and down, and a candle, a signal candle that breaks trend in Bollinger and fires a purple arrow, you are looking at money in the bank. Money in the bank, guys. Now, I wanted to give you guys some examples of what's possible for you with the purple arrow. Now that you have it licensed to you, as long as you're a member, you own it. So you'll be able to do with it as you will. And what kinds of things you'll be able to do with it like are this. So if you've been a member for a while, you know you've got the you already have our confirmation template, and you've been looking at the TOS, and then you've been coming over here and you've been looking for confirmation. Well, this is what's possible now, guys. You have your purple arrow right on your confirmation template. All right, so you can see right here. This template, I just added the purple arrow to it. We didn't add a TTM linear regression channel, but you can see this is a bit of an uptrend. So you probably would have stayed out of this trade altogether anyways. 1, 2, 3, 4, that's a loser. And it's a look a little fakey too because it's on a doji. But I just want to give this to you as an example, present this to you as an example of what's possible. You're going to be able to take the purple arrow and put it on any template that you like. If you already have a strategy, like some members do, you can apply the purple arrow to your strategy and use your strategy as confirmation for the arrow, or use the arrow for confirmation for your strategy. So again, you can see here you've got a purple arrow, and then boom, you can pop right up to the 5-minute, and you can look and see. Oh, okay, and here you go. You've got a 5-minute, you've got a purple arrow right here, and a ranging market on the 5-minute. Look at, you would have won that 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. You would have had that for a minute. So this is another possibility for you guys, okay? And this is like really where the value comes up. If you can use the purple arrow on higher time frames, and you can see, guys, here I've got a stochastic and RSI, the value chart, and a CCI on here. And you can see how that lines up with this. And if you're looking at 5-minute trades, you can pop onto the 15 and look for confirmation here. But that's one possibility, that you can put it right onto the confirmation charts that we've already provided you. Here's another possibility. This is one of our members, Shane. And I put on this one, Shane, to give you an idea of what's possible, right? I've got an RSI down here. You see a purple arrow. This is a loser. Now I would put a trend channel. You can look. You can just look and see that you're in a very steep uptrend right here. So I would have stayed out of this particular purple arrow. But these are support and resistance boxes. So let's just say price comes up into this. This isn't untested, but you have a verified support and resistance box here. Price comes up in here, fires off an arrow while your RSI is in oversold, and you pop up into the M5, and you can see that your RSI is approaching oversold here, and you're looking at price coming into a resistance zone as confirmation, looking at a very high probability. Now I would place Bollinger Bands on here, which you can do. example. So, you can look for price and you have your Bollinger Bands if you had a trend channel in here. But see how I just added the indicators? Like this is what you guys are going to be able to do now that you own and you possess the purple arrow for yourself. Um, let's see if we have another example. So I think I presented this one to you already, right? But so we have my linear regression channel. You got a purple arrow. I mean, it's breaking Bollinger, but it's not on trend. We don't know where it was when it came around here. But um, nonetheless, guys, you're going to be able to put the arrow at anything that you like. Now, let's just pop through my charts here that I've put the arrow on and see if there's any scenarios unfolding that we can use for training purposes with the channel. See, the trend channel, guys, is really important because it's going to give you an idea of like where price is reaching extreme. And look, you can just see right here. It comes up, breaks that trend, it comes down. Comes up, bounces off of that trend, comes down, bounces off here, it breaks it here, goes back up, and again, it's touched and it's going down. So you can just see it's a really giving you an idea of how price is moving and what kind of a trend the price is moving in. And if you see price coming up, breaking a Bollinger, breaking a trend, firing a purple arrow, you're looking at a high probability trade in a ranging market, which is very close to it. This is a ranging market. There's just not a lot of volume going on in this market right now. This is a Sunday night market, so there's not much action happening right now. We're going into the Asian session now. Again, ranging market. See, we have here, guys, a Bollinger Band pinch. I wouldn't be looking to take trades coming out of these pinches myself, even inside of this, because why? This is not a parallel running Bollinger Band. You're looking for this kind of Bollinger Band, running parallel like this. When it breaks that parallel horizontal width of your channel, that you're leaving high probability, you're leaving high accuracy behind. Not to say that you won't see it win. All right, we got a nice. The markets are ranging right now, it seems. All right, we got a bit of a downtrend here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But you've got a winner. See, I wouldn't have gotten in on this trade. It's counter trend. It's coming out of a pinch. You can see right here it would be a little sketchy for you, but boom, would have left that behind for the win up here, or excuse me, here. But see this right here, these arrowheads, I stay away from trading in there. I just don't have to. Again, you see right here, guys, you've got a Bollinger Band squeeze. You can see it's all at the top of my trend channel. You've got a big candle. You've got an arrow, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's a loser. See, this is where you would have gotten in on there at the top of this candle. 5 minutes later, you would have been there. Let's say, I know it's a loser, but I'll do it for visual. So boom, that's a definitive loser right there. So you're coming out of a pinch, you're not breaking trend. I mean, there's many reasons why you stay out of this trade. And of course, it loses. Okay, again, guys, you see we've got a squeeze here. You've got price pushing up out of it. It's not breaking trend. I mean, it's just you're staying out of these trades. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Big time loser right there. Uptrend. Got trending market up here. Downtrending market, not a lot of volume. I wouldn't be trading in these low volume markets, right? Like, I mean, there's just a lot of consolidation. There's not a lot of movement in price. So there's a lot of there's nowhere for price isn't moving much, but you got a winner up here. It doesn't seem to have broken Bollinger's. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that would have scared you right there as that price went up. All right, let's look at the USD CHF. Got an uptrending market. All right, here we go. So you can see you're not breaking trend lines, you're not breaking trend line. You can see that the price is reacting. See, it's down here at the low, it's up here at the high. You've got this pinch, and you can see, boom, price jumps out of it. We're not looking to trade inside here. Again, look at, you've got a pinch here, price jumps out of it, definitive loser. You've got a big candle here, coming out of the squeeze, definitive loser. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, you'd have lost that. So you were coming out of a little bit of a squeeze here, guys. 1, 2, 3, 4, loser. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You'd have won that one. I don't know if I would have gotten in on that trade because of my Bollinger Bands here. See, if you're not going to be using M5 confirmation, guys, then you're only going to be using this with maybe some indicators. Like my CCIs don't look very good right there either. You really want to be taking these arrows in the best setups that you can. Again, you've got a trending market. I'm not looking for that. And again, guys, this is what's possible. You can put that purple arrow on any box that you like. So we're just going to pop back here a little bit. Back here for you guys. We'll just do a little recap, and that'll be the end. These are your rules, guys. Respect the news. No trading 20 minutes before, 20 minutes after. No trading the last 10 minutes or the first 10 minutes of an hour. Do not trade in Bollinger Band squeezes. Do not trade in Bollinger Band stretches. All right. Do not trade put arrows on large bearish candles. Do not trade call arrows on large bullish candles. All right. Do not trade in steep trending markets. This is a indicator and a system that are most accurate in ranging markets. And we do not trade on purple arrows closing on candles closing with very large wicks. Half risk on breakout and very large candles, guys. If you can and you want to increase your accuracy, look for confirmation on your 5-minute charts, and you take the trade on the 55th second of the 1-minute candle. All right. And again, this is what we're looking for. Ranging markets, parallel trend channels, wide parallel running Bollinger Bands, price moving nicely up and down through your trend channel, guys. All right, and there you have it. That is the purple arrow trading strategy. And you still are going to have access to the website as usual, and the rules will be posted there. This training video will be posted here, and you have all the information that you need. You guys are definitely want to get in on these webinars and these training sessions. You're going to be able to access the links to these through the webpage. And we're always saying we created the Facebook page. We got a lot of information there for you guys. All right, all the information, all the templates, all the indicators, a lot of stuff that you could need, and more than you even thought you could need is going to be available to you through there. And if you'd like to introduce a friend to us, you can always invite them to join Binary Empire, which is our free group where we share our successes and we introduce people to Binary Traders Headquarters and the Purple Arrow trading strategy. And of course, we've got our Skype thread This is where we share successes, that we connect as a community, and this will be available for you guys too. And we will be continuing to send out our long-term signals, which will be another training session. But for now, guys, um, you know, perfect setup, purple arrow, be patient. If you need one-on-one coaching, you can private message Julia, Reggie, Nick, myself, Liam, Josh. Get in on the webinars, utilize all the information that we have for you, and you guys have a great night. Thanks again for your time, and anything we can do for you, just reach out and ask, okay? Bye-bye, guys. Good trading.